Hi everyone, welcome to a charm and tarot reading. We're going to check in with a sibling. I'm going to focus in on brother. So this is anybody who fits that definition for you, blood relation or not. And they can also be still with us, or they could have crossed over and we're connecting in their soul. In the sense of they can still be present in your life. What I'll pick up in the reading is, what they're not saying to you or what they're trying to say to you, or if you're estranged, you'll get a sense of what they're thinking and how they're doing. So I'm just going to dive in for the charms first, and we'll get a sense of where they want to start with some messages for you. And then I'll complement with some tarot cards over here. So I've purposely moved my family member sheet over just so that we're focusing in on brother. It's just discarding. Okay. So I'm just going to tune in, see where they want to focus. If they do draw me over to a message in another area, like under mom or dad, I will bring the sheet over. But I don't think so. They're definitely concentrating on their heart here. And on the kind of the two outer sides here. I'm going to move that one because I know it wanted to be on this other thing. And then they want the witch here. Just trying to see where I can feel it moving. Oh, no, I guess not. Okay, so we're going to move that one there. Let's turn that up right. I'm just tuning in, making sure the charms are where they want them. I'm going to leave that one kind of touching dad there. So I'll just make sure it's on camera. Okay, so let's get some tarot cards and see what additional kind of messages your brother has for you. Or like I said, maybe you're just checking in to see how they're doing, how they're thinking. So we'll kind of do a conversation here. Okay. Maybe I'll move the charms just so we have more room for cards. I want to see where they're drawing my attention. Maybe I'll go like this. I do have all this room over here. And they were saying hello with this card, so we'll take that one. And they want me over here. Okay. We'll keep the cards close in case we need to elaborate, kind of feel the need to do that. What I'll do is I'll put the cards. Oh, you know what? I'll switch that. I'll put the cards that are with the left side at the bottom here. We can see everything. Okay, I'm just gonna connect in here as I'm fussing. maybe you're a bit nervous to connect in with your brother or check in with your brother connection, because I'm not usually this delayed, this long, and kind of fussing here with cards. Okay, let's see where they want to start. So I am getting pulled over here to the left side. So I'm going to start with the teddy bear, holding the flower here. I wonder if I can get my camera to. There we go. If this was a health reading, this would be about like recovery after a hard period. So that could have happened. You could be in recovery right now, or you could be healing if this is a loss of a brother. So they're coming in to acknowledge that you're thinking about them, you're grieving them, right? But I feel more like this is you. This is really just focusing in on you, kind of in this recovery mode, this recovery and recuperation. You're doing really good too because it's kind of happy here. I feel like it wants to kind of dance. And it's also drawing me into the flower. I am an 80s child, so right away I was getting Friendship Bear, who had the flower on the tummies. I think, Sunshine Bear had the one flower, but Friendship Bear had the two flowers, and maybe that's why they're making me think of Friendship Bear because it is a sibling, right? So you and them. Um, so kind of acknowledging that deep connection that you have with them. So it's on you're not seeing the bigger picture and unleash potential. So maybe you've been, holding yourself back while you've been in this rest recovery mode, or you've been holding yourself in a rest and recovery mode. And maybe that's why I've been feeling kind of recovery here, because usually, you take your time, but maybe you just kind of stopped because they're asking you to unleash your potential. The charm was facing that way, right? If it's Sunshine Bear, it's shining the light down on you, on helping you to remember your talents and your gifts, right? Your natural personality, your wit, your humor, what makes you you. So then we have a couple charms here. So maybe I'll stick with unleash the potential and kind of go to my lion that is strutting forward confidently. So just to continue the sense of like getting out there, kind of not staying in this paused recovery mode, right? Sometimes we need to be willing to take that first step, see if we're ready, see if we're prepared. And he's walking towards thank you with the love. So maybe that's something you did for your brother, is you showed them and helped them to unleash their potential. So now they want you to kind of do the same here. Oftentimes, sometimes siblings have to take care of the other sibling, and maybe that was your story. So they're thanking you for that, and now they want you to focus on you, confidently walk forward, into your next chapter here. It's also a warning charm, but I'm not being pulled in any kind of way. They definitely didn't use it as a cautionary charm for you in this reading. So that's good news. So I'm very focused on the unleashed potential. Just turning your focus and your mindset around, and this thank you message. Sort of, again, I get the feeling of like you supporting them, and now they want you to focus on you. It's interesting that the heart landed on thank you. I mean, it is touching forgive. I did kind of pull it so it was more center on thank you. So it is, an extra bit of love, but it connects back to you're not seeing the bigger picture, because this charm is about lacking clarity or lacking information. Your feelings aren't matching your actions. So I don't know if you're, still obviously grieving, or in this recovery period, but maybe you're putting on, a good show, a false face. Maybe some people don't know that you're still managing through emotions. So if that is the case, there is encouragement here to not hide emotions from people, especially your close network, right? Maybe other members of the family. Like, it's okay to cry. It's okay to ask for a hug. So sort of that feeling's not matching actions right now. And then also just the clarity, right? You're not seeing the bigger picture. So maybe we'll get more of that story here in the cards, because I'm curious. I'm curious what you're not looking at here. And I'm wondering if this subtle touch here on forgive is kind of like forgive yourself, kind of coming back to the unleashed potential, and how the charms are really centric on this. Okay, so let's pop into the cards. Well, I mean, the first card is really the queen here, standing very confidently, right? She knows who she is. Um, she knows what she stands for. There is a sense of justice here that comes with this charm. So I don't know if you've been seeking justice, or yeah, some of you might be seeking some kind of karmic justice. Um, sort of there's, I'm drawing to the fire here. It was looking more like her aura, and just sort of some heated feelings that you have right now. Maybe that's why you're not seeing the bigger picture. Our emotions can get in the way of clarity. I'm also drawn to how she's holding the staff here. And I was talking about recovery, and I keep feeling like this is a bit of like a cane, a crutch, which is fine. I mean, she's holding it confidently, but there's this connection back. I'm just calling it out because it is a connection back to recovery. So there's acknowledgement here strongly from some brother souls about some of you being like them acknowledging the recovery period that you're in, whether it's physically, maybe you've had surgery, or yeah, if it's walking, maybe you've had surgery and they're just kind of acknowledging that. I'm just trying to bring the card up nice and close so you can also take away kind of messages. But so far, I'm liking how we've gotten just very confident characters here, right? Confidently standing. Maybe those of you who aren't injured and you're just recovering from emotions, because it's all water here. It's the cups, right? But she's sitting confidently. Again, she very much knows her value, but so far not moving. And they've been asked, they're asking you here to unleash your potential and to move, right? The lion is movement. So let's see if the next card has some movement here. Okay. A bit of movement. I mean, in the sense that it's our friendly dragon with his wings open. But look what he's doing. He's unleashing the magic from the book, right? Um, and books possess wisdom. That's where our experiences are captured. So maybe there's a call back here. Maybe you're not following something that they know is a passion. Maybe you're hiding a talent. Maybe you're someone who sings in the car, the shower, at home, but not in public. I have a sense of acting here as well. I just kind of got drawn into like a stage play. As I was saying, you're kind of hiding your talent. So maybe you've always wanted to get out there and act, and maybe you deal with fright. Sorry, it's not focusing on the cards here. There we go. Because there's the fire here, right? So kind of dealing with the stage fright. But I just like how it's the card is unleashing, and I'm talking about unleashing. So there's a heavy focus here of encouraging you to embrace who you are, all characteristics and dimensions of your personality. Be confident in how you're recovering here emotionally. You're allowed to sit in your emotions, which is what she's actually doing. But they do want you to unleash your potential. So let's see how it builds into the second message here, because I am drawn to my DIY charm. If dad can't fix it, nobody can, which is the opposite of the intent behind the charm, which is you have everything you need. You have the tools, you have the gifts, the talents, the knowledge. So the tie back here to unleashing your potential. And it's saying you're not necessarily right. So there's holding yourself back. 3 messages here in these two in the in the charm, in the tile, and now this tile as well. So a change in perspective, a change in perspective, a change in perspective. They're really kind of pushing that home with you. You can create it. Unleash your potential. And here's my decision charm. It's a pulley, so you have to go left or right. You have to work it. You have to take action. You can't just sit still. This charm is all about taking that step, take action, step forward. And here it's a decision needs to be made. And I think the decision needs to be made to focus in on yourself right now and do what you want to do. And maybe that's the decision you've been struggling with. Maybe you feel like it's not right for you to strike it out on your own or to make the decision, but they want you to. They want you to manifest it. You can create it and DIY. So you're manifesting, right? You're unleashing your power from the book. Okay. So you are creating here, but more in like a protective. So again, you're shielding it, you're hiding it. They're coming back to this sense of you hiding it from the world, right? That's out there, and there's like I know it's lava, but I was just gonna say like a sea of love, just kind of waiting to embrace you and this talent, or just you and your personality, right? It could just be get out there and make some new friends. Maybe they're encouraging you to get out there and date or just socialize again. Join a sport, as I kind of feel the sticks here. Maybe there's something you used to enjoy doing and you feel it's not the same without them. But they kind of want you to kind of stop protecting it and kind of turn around. Like I get the sense of, turn around and show everyone instead of holding it in front of you and having your back. Display it proudly. Look at, I just said display it proudly, and here you are, right? You're opening up your treasure chest. So this could just be you opening up your vulnerability, right? If we were talking about emotions. So just opening up to people again and allowing them to see you and your value. But if this is connected to a talent, unleash your potential and you can create it, DIY, there is monetary gain. There is abundance and wealth, prosperity, satisfaction, overwhelming satisfaction. And the spotlight here is shining on you and you're comfortable in it. You're going from, you're comfortable in it. You're comfortable in it, which is juxtaposed to the feeling that we got over there about you wanting to kind of hold yourself back, to kind of delay things. Well, I mean, we're just missing one at this point. So here we are with the, final card. If you did come to the reading because, you lost your brother, I was drawn to the clouds right away. So sitting on earth and they're doing the same thing, sitting in heaven, both confident, both proud, and they're looking right at you. You've got this. If your brother is here, like if you haven't crossed, I would say this is how they already see you. It's like they're holding a mirror up to you. That's how I feel. Like even if your brother has crossed, and this is like I feel like I'm holding the mirror up to you. So you're kind of sitting there, maybe doubtful, and they're like, no, this is how you look. Look at yourself. Look at the confidence. Like look at her face. She's just knowing, right? She's got wisdom. She has something to offer. And what she has to offer, she excels at. You know your craft. You know who you are too, right? Like this is someone I want to go have a conversation with because I know I'm going to get a thoughtful answer. And she's a knight, right? Look at her with her armor. So she's ready to support. She's ready to go to battle. You're ready for this. You're ready to step out of this comfort zone into the spotlight, into the sunshine, and let the world see this version of you. So, I hope you were able to kind of connect and feel your brother comes through and these messages and see how it relates to you. But I just feel like those of you who came to the reading today, I hope you're not holding yourself back in progressing and in life. And they definitely don't want you to. And they see you as, someone they definitely are looking up to, someone quite impressive to them, right? Like, look at the size of your book of wisdom, you know? So they definitely want the rest of the world to see you. So kind of get out there, that nudge to get out there and socialize, right? Stand on that stage. Stand, walk out your door. Stand on that step. Let the world see you. Let the world embrace you again. Show your worth. Show your value to them. Stop hiding. So, I'll see you at the next reading and we'll check in. But that's sort of the focus that your brother wants to kind of push you towards here. And I definitely encourage you to, well, I encourage everybody, connect in with your true passion and just be yourself and let everybody see you.